Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. This is a travel edition on the road here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Talk about travel. Wow. We were talking about the fact that we have been traveling for 2 weeks. We are leaving Portsmouth, New Hampshire to go to a wedding for the weekend, and then on Sunday after the brunch, Jeffrey and I are boarding a plane and heading to Europe. For Portugal, Spain, and Greece. And we were thinking, I'm not sure that this was the most relaxing way to plan our trip, because we had to bring so many different clothing items for so many different events. For example, the wedding, we certainly don't need to bring that to Europe, and we didn't need it for the previous 2 weeks. But so note to self, next time, maybe put a week in between a big event like a wedding and a big event like a month in Europe.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I want to just take a picture of this right behind you. I want to get this.
My gosh.
So travel.
Speaking of travel.
The only thing you can buy that makes you richer. I love that. So with all that being said, we do love to travel, and it's crazy with what we've got going on. But let's rate this place. This is the Sheraton in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Right.
And this is a suite, beautiful suite, by the way, right?
Beautiful. We have stayed at this hotel. It's been at least a year, if not longer. We've stayed at just about every hotel here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And I'm going to say the AC is the newest, and that's where we've stayed the last few times. I'm going to say that I think if I could have this room every time, this is my favorite and my go-to.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's a huge, beautiful bed with gorgeous sheets and linens and a great comforter. I loved it. There are robes, which you don't get at some of the lower end, places around here, like the Hilton and the Residence Inn. And I don't think the AC has robes. So the Sheraton Portsmouth, they're upping their game, and they do have that.
Yeah, it's great. Come this way so you can see this
really
other room.
Cute. And
it's
again,
great.
We stayed here. It was really nice and clean.
Yeah, we stayed here. It's great. A little table here. I had some fruit here looking out at the river. This is the Piscataqua River, the brand new bridge over there. To the right is where the ferry landing is, and a lot of great spots that we like to hang out at. This is a massive salt pile, by the way.
It's a really interesting view. Actually, we love it. But if you don't know this area, you might not appreciate it.
Well, this is a real working port, so that's salt for a lot of New England, certainly here in New Hampshire.
So there is another entrance over here, or exit. There's a nice size refrigerator, which for us is always a bonus because we travel with a lot of our own food. And a microwave should you need it, a coffee maker.
Yeah, I like that they have the extra wine glasses up here. We usually always travel with our own wine, which is great.
Right. And then, a cute little table and sitting area. I love this. We utilize this space. We only stayed here one night, but we utilize this space quite a bit.
Well, we had to repack and pack, get ready for the stuff that's going on the plane. So yeah, that was great. So
and another chair and lamp over there. I mean, the furnishings and the decor are all brand new, and they're really, really lovely. I love the, this is sort of that rustic look. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So let's go through our ratings. So obviously we like to rate 1 to 5 pearls. Location, your downtown Portsmouth. As I was just driving, I have to tell you, I was born and raised here, but I got to come back here. This is probably one of the best towns. We travel a lot. One of the best towns in the country.
It's a fantastic town. It just has so much to offer, and it's so progressive. Great restaurants, great coffee shops, great little bakeries. It has everything, and great shopping too, if that's your.
Yeah, you got the seacoast, you got the beach not too far away, the mountains if you like to ski. So you got pretty much everything here.
Everything.
So location, 5 pearls, right?
5 pearls. I mean, you can park your car and walk anywhere within the Portsmouth area, downtown area, right from here. So all the great dinner restaurants are walkable. So that's great. So 5 pearls there. Sleepability, again, back to this luscious bed.
Quietude and sleepability. We like to call it quietude, yes.
Right. The way that they designed this, well, first of all, this room is all the way down a hall and then down its own private little wing. So it's so quiet.
Well, you can see, sorry, honey, just they're working on the street right there. So there's some pretty big machines out there.
Right.
I'll just quiet for a second. Place is pretty noise proof. I didn't hear a peep on the street last night. Slept really well.
I slept great too. So I give it 5 pearls for quietude. Housekeeping and cleaning, I have to ding them. I'm gonna give them 3.5 pearls because there were 2 major mishaps. I wanna preface it with, the room appeared very, very clean. However, when Jeffrey went to take a shower, there was a wash cloth that had been used by the previous guest in the shower on the faucet.
I actually was draped over the top rail, so you know, in where you pull the shower curtain over, so it was up there caught in there, so someone had hung it over the top, so it was kind of easy to not see, I guess. I'll give them that, but still, not. Yeah. It's not. It's a little unsettling to find somebody else's.
And a Q-tip in the garbage.
Yeah.
Someone else's Q-tip. So I'm dinging them in because I'm really a stickler for that. If those issues hadn't happened, I'd have probably given them five pearls for cleanliness because I feel like the room felt super fresh.
Okay, then 1 to 5 pearls on the staff. We didn't have too much interaction. The gal in the club lounge, by the way, she's incredible. She was great, so I can just tell you it's a 5 plus there.
And when I called, oh my gosh, well, I can't remember his name. I wish I could. But the gentleman who answered the phone, I had asked him, I had a special request for the room, and he said, let me see if I can upgrade you. And again, we are at the top of the tier, you know, top of the food chain. We didn't ask for it. I just asked for something that I needed in the room, and he offered to upgrade us and get us checked in early, and that was just amazing. Really just super sweet.
That was great. And maybe this wasn't the person. When we came to check in, we were kind of in a rush. We had to go over to see a family, and we couldn't check in because there was quite a line. And we waited there for 15 minutes. It wasn't really moving. So maybe they had a systems issue. I'm not going to really ding the person. However, I'm putting that in the staff bucket. So I'm going to say 4.5 because the people we've mentioned 5 plus. But yeah, there's some kind of systems issue that, you know, I'm not used to waiting that long in a hotel at that. It was like midday, so it was just maybe bad luck. I don't know.
Very odd, but I did learn that the hotel was sold out the night before we got here. So I don't know if people were checking out. I really don't know, but I agree with you, Jeffrey. Usually there is a second person helping to check in, and they also usually have a separate area for, you know, the bad boy.
Yeah, well, there was they just had one person. There wasn't really. And then let's go this way for the coffee, because the coffee machine was very different from the last place we went to. You know, this is common in Marriott's. This is like their thing. They have these little trays. It's like it's okay, but you know, it's right here, and they had, you know, plenty of coffee in cups, which was great. And they have great coffee downstairs, and the club lounge, it was you know, great. As I said, the one was perfect down there, and there's plenty of food and coffee. So these guys get high ratings. I would give it, you know, obviously 3.8 or so or above that, because the coffee was down there fresh and hot and ready to go, and we had a nice little setup here in the room. So that worked out well.
One thing I do love is that they do have coffee down there 24/7. I love the coffee. You know, I didn't make it, so I didn't see it until after I cleaned up later. So I know exactly what Jeffrey's saying, and I agree with you 1,000%. They do have a club lounge. It is very small. It is quite limited, you know, not compared to like the Aruba Ritz-Carlton Club Lounge. It's a small club lounge, but it's lovely.
But you know, they did have, I didn't partake, you know, I met my brother down there. We just had coffee. I grabbed some fruit on the way out, but they had, you know, there was a cut fruit cup, there was scrambled eggs, I think sausage, and breakfast potatoes. Yeah, they had a full-blown breakfast down there, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was nice. Croissants and everything else, so it was actually a pretty big spread. But I didn't eat the food, but it looked great.
Okay, terrific. Well, on that note, this is a definite will return. In fact, I think they're bumped up even with the housekeeping issues, because I'm going to give them a little bit of a hall pass on that. But they are bumped up to my number 1 choice next time we come back.
I think so too. This is my number 1 in Portsmouth too. We'll definitely come here. So
this is room 356. If we didn't mention it, it's a fantastic room.
Yep.
Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Stay tuned for Chateau Marriott.
Yeah, here we go. Yes, and I'm going to take one more shot out here because this is incredible. That's the new bridge here in Portsmouth. Flags waving. This is such a great spot. Off in the distance there is the naval shipyard over in Kittery, Maine, on the other side of the river. And it looks like we're going to have a brand new road next time we're here. Can't wait.